Daybreak gonna start us off. Let's get it on.
Fnatic, great call aLive is of course our purple Terran spawning on the right top side of Daybreak. While TSL Polt is our red Terran spawning on the left bottom side. Ben, I've always been a little bit of a Polt fan. He's such a nice guy. He's really friendly. If you guys have never met Polt, if there's ever a big StarCraft tournament in your area and Polt is there, just go up and say hello to this guy, because I can guarantee you that he's a very, very friendly little man.
He's a very friendly, very handsome little guy. Very humble and super, super smart. I had the pleasure of talking to Polt in a little interview at the beginning of the season. And I was talking to him about his education, because it's pretty well known that he goes to a very prestigious school in Korea. Is it Seoul University?
I don't know the name of it,
but it's a highly competitive school in Korea. And I was like, Polt, so what are you studying? And then he rattles off this like thing. It's like brain radioactive neuroscience in space. And I'm like, what the hell do you do with that? He's like, maybe scientist. And I was like, well, what would you do? He's like, maybe go to Mars. I was like, okay. So, Polt,
one day,
an astronaut by day, a space marine by night.
One day, Polt's gonna be a real life marine. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Polt's gonna fight Zerglings on Mars. Polt's gonna take control of the team. He's like, no worries, guys, I got this. And he goes like in the role of a ghost and starts nuking on Mars. It's like, wow, Polt, are you sure? Yes, guys. Affirmative.
He's going to be playing One Rack's Fast Expand against aLive, who is going to be playing some kind of tech opening, probably a Banshee. But he does have other options as well. Very common situation unfolding here as we have the expanding player versus the harassing player. And it all comes down to whether or not aLive can do the amount of damage he needs to get himself even, or maybe even a little bit ahead.
aLive is not really committing to this yet, though, Ben, as he's still working off only one refinery, and I don't think he's going to throw down another refinery for just a little while. So I'm kind of curious to see where he's going to take this. Could still be just a Banshee opening into an expand. Polt is keeping the command center in his main base, and if he's going to stay there by the time this first Banshee arrives and it doesn't have cloak, I don't think that aLive will be able to do all that much damage. He's producing at least one Hellion. I'm kind of curious to see if he's going to stay to that
Hellion drop. Of course, it is rallied out to his ramp, so that might not be the case.
But there is no tech lab anywhere. There's no tech lab being added, unless he's going to add a tech lab.
Producing Marines. This might just be an elevator play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Hellion play, because he just queued up the second Hellion, so he's not going to add a tech lab. He's going to produce more Hellions, so he's going to try to kill a lot of SCVs from Polt. Really.
More than a little.
Just kidding, guys. I had to tease someone.
Polt right now working off of just 2 racks, is adding his own factory and getting a tech lab. So we might be seeing Starport play out of Polt, in fact, going command center before teching up. aLive's starting to move around a little bit with his initial Hellions, and he's going to go ahead and make that medevac. So it's going to be that elevator play that we speculated.
But the good thing is for Polt, he's at least going to be able to work off 2 Rexes, so he's able to produce at least a few Marines. Now we do see the command center follow up for aLive as well over here on the right side of this map. But aLive is going to have to deal some damage, man. Polt's already up a few workers, and he's double orbital right now, so he has more mules and the ability to create more SCVs as well. He doesn't really know what's coming for him.
And a lot of this is going to be dictated by whether or not Polt's able to see this.
Oh, he scans. How much does he really see? I don't think that he saw the medevac, but he sees there's no add-on on the starport, and that is massive. Can you spell massive for me, Ben?
MASFs. I should know if there's a medevac coming because I'm Polt.
Okay. Let's see if that's the case. Double command center follow-up by aLive. Wow. That's one way to play catch-up as well.
Yes, sir. Actually, aLive looks like he's just going to come and attack right up the ramp. That's a fun way to do it.
Yeah,
Might be able to kill a couple of depots, and this is actually going to be pretty effective.
Yeah, but has to be careful with these Marines, because those Hellions can get big shots off from the low ground. This is pretty serious. Polt's going to be supply blocked right now, Ben.
Means no more units in the meantime.
No stim yet either. First siege tank is in production, but it's not there yet. I'm not sure if this is...
He is going to go ahead and take this fight. Takes a lot of damage.
But he's buying time, man. He's buying time for his siege tank, and more importantly...
the depot wall.
Viking is in production as well. I think Polt's going to be more than fine. He didn't really lose any SCVs yet.
And the tank is now out. Tank's going to outrange the Hellions, be able to chase off those Marines. Nice defense here from Polt, as he does come through that with a small worker lead. Now aLive's going to be on triple orbital soon.
Excellent defense by Polt. Polt up still 6 SCVs. aLive, as you said, but he's going to be at least on double orbital soon. It's going to be triple orbital within a minute or so. But Polt could scout that, and the best thing is, man, Polt is going to have quicker siege tank production as far as I can see it. You see the tech lab just now being added to aLive. So this might actually open up a small window for Polt to get aggressive.
Could definitely try and hit a little bit of a timing. He didn't get siege mode though.
He's getting stim quicker than aLive as well. Quite a bit quicker.
Yeah, it could just be a little 2-base push. There are no E-bays and...
Only he knew, man. Good position over here by aLive on this command center. Because the scan did not spot it.
I mean, definitely the fast 3 orbitals does open up aLive to a siege tank timing. But I'm really... Okay, there goes siege mode. That might be exactly what we're seeing as more barracks being... Oh, no, there's the third.
I'm not sure if Polt is going to commit with this Viking. He's going to fly in. No, he's not going to fly into the main base. He does not want to risk losing this Viking. So he just spots the refineries here. He spots the SCVs, but he doesn't know yet. Polt throws down an additional command center on his own. And he is moving out with 2 siege tanks.
So he's going to poke out. I don't think he's going to make any major commitments to this attack, given the fact that he is expanding once more.
He is flying with a medevac over here as well. Top side of the map, but look at this, man. It's Tom Cruise on duty, and Tom Cruise doesn't let a medevac pass by. Not even when she is pretty and has blushing cheeks. And gives him a wink. Tom Cruise has no mercy. That's why he's a warrior.
This actually makes perfect sense. Tom Cruise hates women!
Wow, that's an inappropriate joke. You can see Polt moving forward with 3 siege tanks and 5 marines over here. aLive does have a few units, but he doesn't have a single siege tanks over here yet.
Uh-oh, and Polt is going to try and make something happen, though. His numbers just don't seem like they're going to be there. Stim's going to go down, and aLive's going to run forward and try to clean this up. Is there enough army for Polt? Actually, wow, that fight went pretty well for Polt, killing off all of aLive's marines.
Wow, he has still siege, and there is no siege over here for aLive at all, and there's not going to be siege in the next upcoming 80 seconds at least. Polt, if you only knew how little aLive had, you will leapfrog forward right now and rally everything that you have across the map, but he doesn't know.
aLive's actually pulling off SCVs because he's so afraid. Polt is going to back up, though.
To take a stand. aLive's like, Man, if you're an SCV, that was really scary because you're like, all right, guys, we're going in. We're a human shield.
I didn't sign up for the battle.
You're like walking forward with your eyes closed, and then we're not getting shot at. We can go back.
The recruiter promised me I only had to mine minerals.
And I was good at it. Really good. Look at my power drill. You can see it's almost worn out. That's how hard I worked. Don't let me use it on the tank. It will not won't do any damage, I promise.
What do you think those power drills are made out of?
Steel.
It's called a fusion cutter.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you call it a power drill?
Well, it looks like a power drill.
55 workers or 56 men for aLive, who's producing SCVs 3 at a time right now, 2, and 58 for Polt. Polt is going to be mining from his third base a little bit quicker than aLive is, which is of course kind of funny since aLive has been on triple orbital for a much longer time. He did just drop an insane amount of mules, so if we take a look at the income tab right now, we can even see that aLive is slightly out mining Polt. But that's just for a little while. Polt's going up for his 4th command center already. For the people just tuned in, this season has been Polt's season so far in the North American Star League. He's 5-0 in best of 3s and 10-1 in maps. He only dropped a single map in 5 best of 3s. And the best thing is when Polt played each and every single best of 3. No walkovers, no shenanigans. Polt played all of his games.
Oh, Billy the Marine has made his way over to Polt's side of the map. That was a mistake, Billy. He tried to kill an SCV and the SCV's buddies showed up.
I'm a suicide Billy, the unfortunate suicide bomber. Tries to
suicide bomber that doesn't explode.
I have a gun. And still gets shot. One Marine for Polt will follow here as well, but he does get confirmation of where aLive's army is. Upgrade Weissman, small advantage for aLive, surprisingly. He's going to be working on 2-2 already, while Polt is still working on 1-1. Polt does have siege or sensor towers already, so he should be pretty drop-proof free. aLive on the other end, Ben, is 2-3 in this season. He is 7-6 in maps, which means that he's been doing a good job in the best of 3s he lost and an amazing job in the ones that he won. But still, 2-3 or 5-0 is a world of difference.
That it is. Here comes aLive. He's going to meet Polt out here in the middle of the map.
Polt doesn't have 1-1 yet, though. He does have 10 Marine advantage, but he does not have the upgrades working for him.
He's going to back up to these siege tanks, not wanting to chance it. And after a couple of tank volleys, we see a pretty even situation. 85 army supply to 74. With the overall supplies being exactly even. There is a Viking advantage for aLive, though, and that means he's able to leapfrog forward. Polt's going to have to unsiege these tanks, guys.
He is scanning. He might be able to take out at least 1 tank. That's exactly what he does, but we'll end up losing 2 on the other end. And as you said, he doesn't have high ground, he doesn't have air control because the Vikings over here from aLive. aLive's playing a good game so far, Ben. He has an upgrade advantage. He has a worker advantage. Look at the income tab right now, Ben. That's a serious advantage for aLive. He's up 11 workers. I think Polt is completely unaware of how good aLive's economy really is.
Yeah, both these guys playing very well. 158 supply to 170 supply as aLive is starting to macro ahead once more. Little hit squad. Billy's cousins making it over.
Oh wow, actually yes, he's repairing a Sense Tower. The Sense Tower will survive. Good job right there by Polt. I thought that was going to fall. aLive might just move out, Ben, the moment that 2-2 is ready. Ooh, Polt a little bit sloppy here, misrallying a few Marines, not many though.
And I think the consensus here is going to have to be for both these players that attacking is not going to work at this juncture. aLive just going to take a 4th base. Polt has already taken a 4th base.
Yeah, Polt had that commented a little bit quicker. That's why perhaps his economy was quite slacking a little bit as well, because he was transferring SCVs. He's mining off 4 bases now, so it's starting to look a little bit better again for Polt. But still, this is the moment, Ben. Within 10 seconds, 2-2 is ready for aLive. Marine count, we see 72 against 75. This should be better for aLive. 2-2 is ready right now.
Oh, and that's a great time for aLive to try and pick a fight. The question just becomes whether or not he has enough units,
wow,
and it looks like Polt, with a few more units in a slightly better position, is going to win that first engagement.
I don't think it was necessarily about the amount of units, Ben, but more that aLive decided to find a range of 5 siege tanks, while Polt decided not to do that. And often when you don't, that's a pretty good decision. Polt is a little bit trapped right now, though, in his right bottom side of his map.
That army is completely surrounded, in fact.
Maybe Polt is going to try to sandwich it. He's going to save these guys. This is like watching Black Hawk Down, then with a bunch of tanks and Marines. I'm excited.
Here comes the first SEAL team, but I think they are going to be intercepted by a lot of tanks, and Polt's got to be careful, and he will back up. Both these guys at about 195 supply. They'll be maxed out in just a couple of seconds.
Polt is going to be able to get 2-2 soon as well, though. aLive already working on 3-3, but he doesn't have a massive advantage upgrade-wise anymore. Polt is up 11 army supply. More command centers going down for Polt. Polt once more playing a beautiful game, but how is he going to save these troops behind enemy lines? Well, we have a small skirmish going on over here. Polt doing a good job with all these Marines. Unit count right now shows us, Ben, 73 Marines for Polt, 66 for aLive, and a 1 tank advantage. He's completely ignoring the Viking. Well, he has 1 Viking, but that Viking is on patrol.
Man, tense moments here. These guys effectively splitting the map. Polt still with this squadron of units just stuck behind the line that aLive has sort of drawn across the map here. I think Polt should drop 8 of these Marines into 3rd base.
8 of these?
Yeah.
aLive does have a supply depot over here, or a depot.
But it would force aLive to move. And I think that's
Ben,
the most
these armies might actually clash right now here in the middle. Both players sieging up. Polt is going to stim in. No, he decides not to. So close.
And still the map pretty much in a stalemate position. Neither player willing to commit to a big fight.
Someone tried to draw the Olympic flag on the map, but was a child of 5 years old. He did not succeed.
She did not.
That's like how my drawings go. Like,
I wish I could draw, man. I think drawing is really cool.
I always had so much respect.
Finally, Polt is going to make something happen, though, Kev. He's going to come down from both sides, mobilizing those inactive troops in the bottom right-hand corner. He's going to kill all of those siege tanks from aLive and win this battle decisively, so he does save those units.
So smart. Put all the Marines from this area, Ben, to sandwich the army that was left over here for aLive. aLive does still have a couple of tanks over here, and he is active right now with a small hit squad on his left top side. Try to drop some Marines on top of the tanks, but Polt doing a good job, at least leaving a few Marines to snipe the medevac. More commands. Orbitals going down right now. I have a feeling it's going to be a long TVT, Ben. Do you think it's going to be over 1 hour?
I think it's going to be a long one, Kev. I don't know if I'm ready to make that prediction.
But I don't think I will ever make that prediction again. I got a trauma.
We effectively have 2 maxed out players who are just fighting over this little blue square.
Still blue square?
Yeah.
Oh. This one.
The hologram TV. They both want to watch their own show, but
there was Champions League football tonight.
Polt wants to watch Gangnam Style's concert in Seoul.
Look, the Olympic flag is getting better.
Wow, it is. I think they added a couple extra rings, though.
Yeah. Well, this is the future, man. This is the anniversary game.
What are those rings supposed to stand for? They symbolize something.
Maybe all continents?
Are there only 5 continents? That doesn't sound right.
Okay, man.
I don't know, bro.
No, there are 6 continents. So maybe not. Maybe the 5 C's? No, that's not right either.
I think it stands for something else.
Yeah.
It's like
peace, love,
harmony,
money.
I don't think money's one of them.
No? You don't think that's the top?
Maybe the green ring. Or the gold ring.
We're going to have a small Marine skirmish over here. aLive doing a good job as he has way more Marines over here on the top side than Polt has. And he right now takes a nice Marine count lead. We see fusion cores going down for Polt, but we might actually see some battle cruisers once more. Battle cruiser reporting. Takes out this sensor tower, so the Olympic flag did just take a hit.
Now we have the right number of rings.
Still a little bit out of position.
aLive's still running around behind enemy lines with some special forces here.
I don't know how special they're going to be when these other Marines are going to be able to find them. And they will find them and they will kill them, man. It's like Taken 2 all over again. These Marines said, I don't know who you guys are, but we will find you. And we will kill you. And they did.
And they made it into a Hollywood blockbuster with Liam Neeson.
Yes. This is Taken 3. Just a bunch of Marines running in trying to kill Liam Neeson. This time we are not going to kidnap you. And nobody will be taken. We're just going to run in and die. Okay. Sounds like the other Taken move.
Polt again, or aLive again, looks like he's thinking about trying to push around the top half of that, but with this many sensor towers out, it's really hard to go anywhere, man. I mean, basically the whole map's revealed.
It's already hard on Daybreak without sensor towers, and with 6 sensor towers, well, all these tanks did just die. Or how many were there?
Yeah, Medevac unloaded on top of a couple siege tanks. I think it was only 2.
Yeah, 2 tanks. Well, still all of these tanks.
It was. All of these 2 tanks.
Yeah, well, hey. I basically did not say anything that was wrong.
Polt's going to try and make something happen with a big drop. There's a lot of turrets in play. Wow, that's
shot down. That was like D-Day. Well, D-Day was more successful.
Yeah, D-Day was more successful. I don't know if it's okay to make that joke.
Wow, way to turn this way too serious, Ben. D-Day is one of the greatest days in our history. It's a day that certainly me, as a Dutch person, really appreciates.
You're welcome.
It wasn't you, man. Stop taking credit for everything that your glorious country did back in the day. Hunter-Seeker missiles being researched right now. So you see in the production tab, and 3 Ravens, while on the other side, man, we see 3 battle cruisers in production for Polt.
Kevin, we do have an update on the 5 Olympic rings. They represent the 5 parts of the world that were participating in the Olympics when the rings were designed.
Which part wasn't?
In 1912. The 6 colors representing those that appear on all of the national flags of the world at that time.
Yeah, that is correct, actually. Now that you say that, I read about that once.
So, no. None of the rings stand for money.
Damn it. That was all about the money.
Maybe in like the next Olympics they'll add a ring for YouTube money.
Yeah, well they are if broadcasting it over YouTube, which makes a lot of money. Well, over 3,000 minerals a minute right now being mined on either side. It's just the minimap is complete chaos with all these rings. The child drawing just went wrong. Both players banking up a lot of money. 5 command centers in production. That's just ludicrous. Baby, this is ludicrous. Give it to me, baby.
These guys are literally just splitting the map. They're like, okay, let's mine out and then do something later.
But the split is better for Polt, man, because basically Polt is having a split. Well, he had a split over here on the top side, which meant that he could have taken 1 more base in the middle, which would give him a 1 base advantage.
Polt is controlling the high ground, which is important. I wonder, Kevin, if aLive could just push right through the middle. What if he just unsieged everything and pushed through the middle?
Well, there are like 6 sensor towers.
The Korean purple wedge of death. Why do they keep building more sensor towers? Like, I think it's just a joke at this point. If you look at the minimap,
it's modern warfare. Wow, those Marines misread it a little bit. Quite a few Marines dying over here for Polt, and Polt's going to be forced to cancel that missile turret as well.
He's going to back up, build
one more sensor tower. How many battle cruisers do we have by now? At least 5 now. We have 3 and 2 in production. Where are they?
3 BCs out. I'm not sure where they're chilling.
Battle cruiser reporting. They don't have very good upgrades yet. Both players sieging up right now in the middle of the map, exchanging Marines left and right. Polt is going to get the better exchange of this, but aLive did kill a lot and force Polt back a little bit. I think that all that aLive wants to make sure of, Ben, is that Polt does not control these high grounds so that he has a base over aLive, because now basically they have the same amount of bases to work from.
Both players are making this transition over to sort of Sky Terran. Interestingly,
where are the Ravens? Like
one of the things that Blizzard has proposed for Heart of the Swarm is maybe making it so mech upgrades also apply to flying units, so that you wouldn't have to go down a different upgrade path if you wanted to make a tech switch.
That would make Terrans very happy in TVP as well, because then we might actually see more tanks being used against Protoss, because the Vikings...
Oh!
Seeker missile!
Oh, wow. Very effective Seeker missiles there, and aLive able to use those Ravens to break this position. 10 kills on one of those Ravens.
That's awesome, but this game is still far from over, as battle cruisers are still just chilling over here, and their service is not even needed yet. Polt is just trying to buy time, but I cannot imagine that he never saw this. Do you think that aLive ever scanned it? Yeah, he scanned.
I'm sure he knows what's coming.
He doesn't see the fusion core. He did see the tech labs. Oh, so he might think that's. There is a lot of Banshee. Hey, I've seen 2 Banshees win games in match.
Right now, aLive has floated a new command center to this 6 o'clock expansion. Polt doing the same up at 12. He's not floating, though. He's just building a new one, even though he has about 15 command centers right now.
So basically, we had a 15-minute battle over this little area over here at daybreak. This is StarCraft.
It says restricted area, man. Polt was just trying to keep aLive out of there for his own good.
Man, this is Fort Knox. Look at all these tanks and missile turrets. Try to get into them.
And I think we're going to see aLive build one more sensor tower.
I think we're going to see the battle cruisers being joined soon. I mean, Polt right now, Ben, has a far superior air army. He has 6 Ravens, 5 battle cruisers, and 12 Vikings against only 7 Vikings and 6 Ravens. I don't see how aLive is going to be able to control the skies.
We're going to see a lot of cannons on those tanks, and then the BCs just doing what they do best.
Yep. Missile turret's doing a pretty good job, though.
No Yamato cannon being used, just a little bit of an SCV sacrifice there.
Yeah, Polt already did the same early on. There's 43 workers right now for Polt against 58. I love the sound of Yamato cannon.
A couple of siege tanks will be picked off by these battle cruisers. aLive, of course, realizing that he probably can't do anything about this initial attack, is going to have to produce a lot more Vikings. He's now making them 4 at a time.
Polt using a PDD to snipe missile turret shots. That's pretty damn smart. Polt, meanwhile, been going for a massive drop over here with PDDs, absorbing some of the damage. So a lot of these Marines did get unloaded in the main base from Polt. Really genius play, but look at this Sky Terran army.
No Seeker missiles being used there, but Marines and battle cruisers will ultimately clean up this drop with minimal losses. Polt not seeming to be too bothered by that at all. He's still maxed out, Kevin, and aLive down at just 170 supply. He's got to come up with an answer.
He is producing 10 Vikings at a time, just so you know.
That's mini Vikings.
And he still has 11 Ravens as well, so this is not over yet, man. We might see a sick amount of Seeker missiles soon. How many Vikings do you have aLive? aLive right now has 21 Vikings, and he's producing 10 at a time. Well, not anymore. Yes, producing none now.
Those Vikings going to kill these battle cruisers very, very quickly. There's some PDDs going down. Will we see any Seeker missile? I think so. Here come the Ravens. And big Seeker missile explosions landing all over the army of Polt. Polt supply plummeting down to just 160. aLive taking hits as well.
aLive doing a good job though, man. Look at the Viking numbers of aLive. He still has way more Vikings. Great Seeker missiles there by Polt though. Scaring aLive a little bit, and he still has a few men with gun as well.
Yes. Man with gun is out in force. Several Marines on the map for Polt. Actually, 27.
They were pretty crucial in this phase of the game. And what Polt did manage to do during all this, man, is kill this base of aLive. That was still a little bit of an investment. On the other end, though, aLive still has a bigger bank than Polt. Look at all these Vikings. Damn, that's a lot of Vikings.
What a sick game, man. Vikings, Marines, siege tanks, battle cruisers, Ravens, medevacs, SCVs, all being microed in tandem on either side of the map. Very impressive multitasking from these two players.
Polt is working on 3-3 upgrades for the Vikings, by the way, Ben. His 2-3 is already ready, and 3-3 is going to be ready soon. While aLive is only working on 3-2, so he's going to be one upgrade behind. Just now starting the armor upgrade. 5 Ravens in production. Wow, that's one way to spend your money. They have an insane amount of starports. Did they group them together? I can't see that, unfortunately.
I do not know.
Oh, I can
probably yes. Look at all the command centers.
Oh, I can possibly know that. This is a big siege over here by aLive, and he's just going to take out all these tanks from Polt immediately.
Hey, mate.
What?
I think this is the good part of town, or the?
1 sec. We might see some big engagement soon, but I don't want to miss it. But I think this is a good part of town. This is where all the rich people live.
Command center alley.
That's where the rich people live.
It's like they just like.
This is a gated community, man. This is the gate.
They moved out of the supply depots and just started building command centers for every citizen.
Yeah. Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky. Little boxes. And they all look just the same.
Well, it looks like Polt's going to try and wreak havoc on this suburban community on the eastern side of Daybreak.
The suburbs, man, they are not what they used to be. aLive is going to try to make a hold. He ended up losing 2 orbitals. I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world by this in this phase of the game. He does push Polt back a little bit, but it's going to be hard to... Well, okay, he has a pretty good position right now. Polt, what are you creating? Take a look at the unit production tab. We have 24 Vikings still for aLive. We have 3 battle cruisers for Polt, 12 Vikings, 3 Ravens, and 10 Ravens for aLive. Right now, Ben, aLive basically has more of everything.
Yeah, he does. He just has more of everything.
The only thing he doesn't have is position.
He also doesn't have more SCVs.
No, but that's because he doesn't want to.
Of course not. Yeah, this looks really good for aLive. Polt is trying to take this 6 o'clock base. He has been mining up at 12 o'clock. And one thing that we can definitely say for Polt is that I feel like at this point in the game, he's probably earned overall more money than aLive.
I think that's safe to say as well. aLive worked off... Seeker Missile! 3 siege tanks will fall. Nice pickup here by aLive. aLive still has 10 or 7 other Ravens with energy, so he doesn't have to worry. Polt is low on gas because battle cruisers cost 300 gas each.
He's got a lot of money for a lot more men with guns. Marine count right now 32 on either side. It's amazing how basically these guys have the same numbers of units. 32 Marines to 32 Marines, 15 tanks to 14 tanks. Of course, the battle cruiser and Viking numbers differ pretty substantially.
Raven numbers a little bit different as well. We have a drop over here on top of these siege tanks. These Marines will pick up, well, actually all 3 tanks, man. Nice pickup over here by Polt. That sacrifice will definitely not go up in vain. Trying to take out one of these sensor towers as well, and will succeeding doing so.
Some more Seeker missile being cast on Marines. I don't know if that was... I mean, I guess it's not necessarily costly, but...
These Marines are doing a really good job, man. Killing a lot of Vikings over there from aLive as well. There were a couple of Vikings on the ground. Viking.
Imagine Seeker missile on that clump of Vikings.
I don't want to imagine it.
Cool.
Don't make me stay. Wow, the SCV stayed down, you know. Did you see that? It's so funny. These 3 SCVs are like repairing each other and then they got blown up by tanks. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Now we see aLive moving forward. More Seeker missiles being casted, but aLive is just not able to break Polt. I can't believe you didn't see this. That's so funny. Wow. All these Vikings took some serious damage.
I'm not really sure what Polt is doing right now. He's just
starving aLive. That's what he's doing.
More. I guess so. He's just saying, all right, aLive, I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to mine. And aLive has effectively mined out everything on his side of the map.
This Raven is waiting. Yeah, is he...
There's no more of anything. aLive has 57 minerals, and that is all.
No, he has 230 minerals left in his main base. This is like the Federal Reserve these days.
This is actually what's in Fort Knox.
Lots of Marines just dying on each side right now. aLive trying to make a final stand. He knows that he's going to have to break Polt soon. More Seeker missiles being casted. Whoa, a lot of Ravens going down though. What a hero, bunch of hero Marines. aLive lost so much over there, Ben. At the end of the day, he didn't really break a Polt. And Polt still has battle cruisers. He's not even using them.
Yeah, you're exactly right, man. All Polt was doing was trying to strangle aLive, and aLive is out of money. He's out of options. He's got to secure a new base, but now
this is the moment where you know you're in trouble.
Polt's just going to roll in with the big guns, and aLive, GG's. What a game.
Polt, so good, man.
41 minutes, 18 seconds. Great
so
TVT
patient.
on Daybreak.
I mean, if Polt would have known this window super early on in the game where aLive was so vulnerable, because aLive didn't have siege, barely had any units, I think Polt could have put a killer hold or killer contain on aLive already, and aLive would have lost a lot of SCVs if you want to break out of that. But at the end of the game, Polt just played it out so beautifully. Yeah. Nice transition on the right moment, controlling space.
And he really realized, control 6 o'clock, control 12 o'clock, I cannot lose.
No.
And
this game will go on for 15 minutes, but I'm not going to lose it.
Very nicely done. Reminded me a little bit of how Damaga sometimes plays his ZVPs. That game brought to you guys by Azo Monitors, the world's leading production and gaming monitor brand. Check them out, azo.com/NAs, where you can pick up your own Azo monitor today. Man, I'm having a hard time speaking right now. Azo Monitors.
I noticed.
Let's just actually do it like this. Azo Monitors provide the best in gaming and production monitor technology. Visit azo.com/NA for more information. Guys, we're going to play a short commercial. Game number 2. That was only game 1. Game number 2 still coming. Polt versus aLive. We'll be RB.